Hi everyone, welcome to Chef Shelley's Kitchen. Today we're making an apple cake. Oh my God, this apple cake is so delicious. Here again, you can serve it with ice cream, or you can serve it with whipped topping or something like that. Oh my God, it's fabulous. It is kind of a lot of ingredients, as you can see here. And we have 4 sweet apples. So what you want to do for this recipe is you want to get something like McIntosh or Gala and do like 4 medium size apples. Don't get even like delicious, those might not be sweet enough. So again, a sweet one like a McIntosh or a Gala would do the trick. So what we're going to do is, and it's an interesting way to make the mixture, we're going to take sugar and eggs, and of course, as always, the descriptions are in, or the measurements are in the description. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just pour it now in the mixer, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to, because the mixer is so loud, I'm going to let it mix. And we'll just go off camera for that. So I'm going to put this in, and also while I'm doing that is let's go on and sift. So we've got, it calls for flour, so you want to make sure you're able to sift the flour. So I'm going to do that, get the flour in here, and then what's going to happen is once that's finishes mixing, which is, I said, 15 minutes. I'm literally putting a timer on mine to make sure it stays in the 15 minutes. Once it finishes, takes 15 minutes to finish, we're going to put the oil in. So remember that, mix the sugar and the eggs, 15 minutes, then you're going to fold in the oil. And then once you get that together, we'll come back and we will add everything else to it as well, okay? So I'm just getting the last little bit of sifted flour. We've got baking powder. We're going to go in and sift that. And the last thing we have here is actually cinnamon, and lots of cinnamon, but cinnamon and salt. So let's put that in. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to put this on hold for right now, because I need to get this going 15 minutes. And then we need to add the oil. And then these other ingredients, we're going to fold it all in together. So let's go on and let this do its thing for 15 minutes. I'll show you the consistency, and then we'll add the remaining ingredients. Okay, so this has been mixing for 15 minutes. What we're going to do now is we're going to take the oil, and we're going to mix the oil in with it. So we'll do that. And then, if you recall, I wanted you to mix all of the solid ingredients together. So here we have the flour, the cinnamon, the salt, the baking powder. Just mix it up really, really well. And it's going to look really good. Okay, once you've done that, we're going to add this flour to this mixture, and just add some, stir. Now I'm going to caution you that this is going to seem a little thick, and it might seem like I don't know how this is going to turn out, but trust me when I tell you it's only going to turn out in a fantastic way. Okay. So I want you to mix this together really well. And I'm actually going to change up here. Let's go with this one. It'll actually mix a little better. Let me get my cup back out that I just used. Put that there because I need to go back to it. So I'm going to mix it. And I'd rather you mix this not with the electric mixer. Just mix it with your hands like this. And it's got this great consistency. So once we've mixed it really well, and make sure the flour is not on the bottom, because that happens a lot, right? All right, it's thick. Okay, it is really, really, really thick. And it's supposed to be that way. So I don't want you to think, oh my God, I did something wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. It's supposed to be that thick. Okay. Now I'm just gonna scrape the sides, and I'm just gonna make sure the bottom has mixed well also. And that's where, you know, you had the flour. All right, this is mixed beautifully. We're now going to add vanilla. So try to do these in the steps that I'm showing you. So we're gonna mix the vanilla, and that adds another slight liquid to it. Then we're going to add the apples, and then we're going to add walnuts. So I'm going to put in about half of the apples, making sure I'm mixing it really well. And this really is your secret ingredient. After all, this is an apple cake, right? So we want as many apples, sweet apples, as possible. So I'm warning you, make sure you're using, you know, sweet apples like I shared with you. Those, I gave you some examples of some good apples you can use. So once we fold this in, then we're going to add the walnuts. If you don't want nuts, guess what? You don't have to have nuts, and it'll still be delicious. One thing that I've already done actually was I sprayed this with my baking flour mix. So you want to make sure you floured it or greased it. I use the baking spray. It just makes it so much easier. So it's heavy, I'm gonna tell you. All those apples, all of it together, it's heavy. And you're gonna see it here in a minute come out in this pan, and I'll lift it up so you can see the texture. All right, let's go on and add in some walnuts, and this is just about a cup of walnuts. Just chopped it up. Okay, and you can add more or less, totally up to you. I find this is just a nice, good amount. Didn't want it too nutty, but I like to have, you know, pieces of nut when I bite in. So if you want more, you can add more. All right, this has mixed really well. The oven has already been preheated to 350. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna just pour it in. And I'm making this for a party. So I'm using my 8x13 kind of disposable pan. And this has a lid, so it just makes it so easy. So easy, so simple. I had a dessert party recently and made it, and it was a success. It was a hit. People thoroughly enjoyed it. And, you know, I don't feel guilty eating apples, an apple cake. All right, we've got this thing ready. Now, the last thing that you're going to do, and I have it mixed over here, so let me just grab it, is you want to be able, just grab this here. This is a mixture of cinnamon and sugar, and we're gonna just put this on the top. So all you're gonna do is just stir it together, mix it up, and it almost gives you like a crumb cake kind of texture. Because of the sugar, it gets a little crumbly like, and it's so divine. So you just want to try to spread this kind of evenly throughout. So, because you want to save enough for the entire cake. So this is, ooh. And of course, I love almost anything cinnamon. It smells so good. Makes your house smell good. Again, note the quantities. And what I did was, I like a little extra, so you might say, Shelley, that's too much. Then just use what you want to use. This works nicely because it gets everything covered. And as I said, it makes it kind of like a crumbly kind of texture to it, so I like that. like it. This is completely covered, which I love, 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 love. Okay, we are done. We're going to now put this in the oven. And I'm gonna put mine, set my timer for 45 minutes. As I always tell you, the time may vary based upon your oven, where you put it in the oven. I'm putting mine kind of in the middle of the oven, and I'm gonna put it in for 45 minutes. I'm gonna check it right about that time, because I think, and I'm gonna take a look at it. Of course, I like going and turning my light on just to see how it's looking, but we're going to start with 45 minutes, and then I realize if I stick a toothpick in and it comes out kind of clear, I know I'm ready to go. But you'll also be able to tell just by the coloring on the top. And when I bring mine out, you'll know what to look for. All right, let's put it in the oven, and we'll come back once it's done. 45 minutes, and here we are. You'll see that it's got like a little, as I tried to describe, almost like a little crunchy top, and again because of the sugar and the cinnamon. So I'm going to just try to hold it over so you can get a good look. Of course, you've got the picture on the site, but here it is, just totally delicious. And again, it will make your house just smell heavenly with cinnamon. I guarantee you that you will love, love, love this cake. Try it out. Look in the description for all the specifics, the measurements. And as always, click like, share, and give me your feedback. I've also asked that if there are some recipes you'd like for me to do, put that in the comment section as well. I'm always looking for ideas to help my subscribers to cook the things they would love to try out. So thanks again for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, just click the subscribe button. Thanks again. Bye-bye.